At 22, my cousin made one simple financial decision that seemed completely harmless at the time. But by 32, that single decision had cost him over $150,000. The worst part was that he had no idea until it was almost too late. See, if you're in your 20s or 30s right now, you're probably making the exact same mistake he made, and 6 others that are silently destroying your financial future as we speak. Hi, my name is Myles Makafui. I'm an international management consultant and a personal growth mentor. And over the last decade, I've helped hundreds of young professionals escape financial mediocrity and build real wealth. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to tell you. Every day you delay costs you about $50 in lost wealth. That's close to $20,000 per year, gone forever. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the 7 money mistakes that separate people who retire as millionaires from those who work until they literally can't anymore. And I guarantee you are making at least 3 of them right now. Even if you think you're financially responsible, you absolutely want to watch till the end because of mistakes 6 and 7. They are the silent killers that destroy even the most disciplined people. Now, in your 20s and 30s, it's so easy to think, I've got time, I've got time to fix it, time to save, time to grow financially. But here's the harsh reality that will change everything for you. Time is not your friend. It's your most expensive enemy when you're making these mistakes. These are not just financial errors. They are generational wealth destroyers. They don't just cost you money today. They rob your children of opportunities. They quietly sabotage your peace, your options, and your ability to retire with dignity. So if you're tired of feeling behind, you're tired of watching others get ahead while you stay stuck, you're tired of that persistent fear that you're falling further behind every single day, then you have to lean in. Because this isn't just another finance video. It's the wake-up call that separates your old financial life from the wealth building machine you're about to become. Let's dive in. Here's what no one tells you about money in your 20s and 30s. Now, these aren't just your learning years, they are your power years. The financial decisions you make during these 2 decades will determine whether you retire as a millionaire or you work until you literally can't anymore. Why? One word: compounding. Now think of compounding like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It starts small at the top, and by the time it reaches the bottom, it's massive and unstoppable. But here's the catch: it works both ways. Good decisions compound into wealth, and bad decisions compound into a financial prison. Now let me put this in perspective. If you start investing a modest amount in your early 20s, you could have over $1 million by retirement. But if you wait for 1 decade to start in your 30s, you will have less than half that amount. That delay will cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what if you're making mistakes that prevent you from investing at all? What if you're actually going backwards? Then you're not just missing out on building wealth, you're actively destroying your future. And that's exactly what these 7 mistakes do. They don't just cost you money today, they rob you of tomorrow. Now, mistake number 1 is not starting your financial freedom journey early. See, Sarah graduated from the university, with a decent job and a simple thought: I'll start saving when I make more money. She kept telling herself this throughout her 20s, and by 30, she finally started investing. See, by 35, she realized her mistake and doubled her contributions. But here's the tragedy: if Sarah had started with just a small amount in her early 20s, she would have ended up with more money at retirement than investing a much larger amount starting in her 30s. See, those extra years would have been worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't just about investing, it's about financial literacy. When you don't start your financial education early, you make every other mistake on this list. You don't understand how money works, how debt destroys wealth, or how small decisions can create massive consequences. The financial world rewards those who start early and punishes those who wait. And speaking of punishment, mistake number 2 is where most people unknowingly sabotage their entire financial future. Now, mistake number 2 is upgrading yourself into poverty. Now, meet John. John is fresh out of the university. He's making an entry-level salary. He's living in a studio apartment. He's taking the bus to work. He was actually saving money. money. And then he got his first raise, and then suddenly the studio apartment felt cramped, the bus felt beneath him. He deserved better, right? So new apartment, new car, new wardrobe. But John didn't stop there. Every promotion brought new necessities: a better neighborhood, the nicer car, the expensive gym membership. By age 30, John was earning nearly double his starting salary, but saving less than he had when he earned half as much. He had fallen into this lifestyle inflation trap, and it's a silent killer of wealth. Now here's the brutal truth: your lifestyle shouldn't automatically increase with your income. Every dollar you spend on appearing successful is a dollar that can't compound into actual wealth. Now that extra rent money, if he had invested it for decades, it could, become worth a small fortune. Now the real tragedy is that John looked successful on the outside while slowly going broke on the inside. And without an emergency fund, which is mistake number 3, he was one crisis away from financial disaster. Now mistake number 3 is not keeping an emergency fund. Aisha thought she was smart. She had a great job, health insurance, and a reliable car. Why should I keep money sitting in a savings account, earning nothing when I could invest it all? That was Aisha's thought. So every cent she made went into her investment account, and then life happened. A minor car accident led to unexpected medical bills. Her company downsized and she lost her job. Now her car needed major repairs and her investments were down significantly in a market dip. She had no choice but to sell at a loss and take loans. So within months, Aisha went from having a healthy investment portfolio to having debts. So the lack of an emergency fund didn't just cost her money, it completely derailed her financial progress. See, an emergency fund isn't just money sitting around, it's your financial insurance policy. It's what keeps you from going backwards when life hits hard. And trust me, life will hit hard. Without this cushion, you'll be forced to make desperate decisions, okay? You'll accumulate high interest debt, which is mistake number 4, and it might be the most expensive mistake on this entire list. Now, mistake number 4 is accumulating high interest debt. This is the mistake that is most costly. I think that high interest debt is financial cancer. It grows, it spreads, and it can kill your financial future. See, Sam started with what seemed like a reasonable loan in his 20s. Maybe it was a personal loan to help with family expenses or a quick loan from a microfinance institution to handle an emergency. I'll pay it off next month, he told himself. But next month brought new expenses. He took another loan to cover the first payment and then took another to handle school fees for his siblings. And then soon Sam was juggling multiple loans, personal loans, payday loans, mobile money loans, maybe even borrowing from loan sharks or informal lenders. Now, each one seemed manageable individually, but together they were suffocating him. Here's the math that will shock you. Let's say Sam borrowed a modest amount at typical interest rates from various sources, okay? Mobile money loans at 20 to 30% annually, microfinance at 15 to 40%, or worse, informal lenders at rates that could exceed 100% a year. So if Sam only makes minimum payment, he would pay multiple times the original amount and take decades to pay it off. Decades, that's longer than most mortgages. Now, whether it's credit card debt for those who have access to them, okay? Mobile money loans that are becoming increasingly popular across Africa, microfinance loans and personal loans from banks, or even borrowing from family and friends at interests, the principle is the same. High interest rates compound against you. But here's what's even worse. If that money was invested instead of being spent on debt payments at reasonable returns, it would have grown to a massive amount over the same period. So Sam didn't just lose money to interest, he lost the opportunity to build substantial wealth. See, high interest debt doesn't just cost you money, it steals your future. Every dollar, shilling, naira, or rand you pay in interest is money that can't compound into wealth. Matter of fact, it's reverse compounding and it's deadly. The reason people fall into this trap is they are not tracking where their money goes, which is mistake number 5, and it might be the most common mistake of all. Now, mistake number 5 is failing to budget and track expenses. I don't know where my money goes. If you've ever said this, you're not alone. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. They think they're being responsible, but money just disappears for some reason. Rachel made a decent salary. She wasn't buying expensive things, no designer clothes, no fancy vacations, but she ate out occasionally. occasionally. She grabbed coffee most mornings and she had a few subscriptions, yeah? Normal stuff. But at the end of the month, every month, her account was empty. When she finally tracked her expenses, she discovered she was spending a shocking amount of food and most of it eaten out. Her occasional coffee was actually a significant monthly expense. Subscriptions that she had forgotten about were quietly draining her account. See, these small, seemingly harmless expenses were consuming a huge portion of her income. That's hundreds of dollars every month, thousands every year that could have been invested, earning returns and building wealth. But here's the real tragedy. Rachel had no idea this was happening. She was bleeding money and didn't know where the wound was. Without tracking, you can't make informed decisions. You can't prioritize and you can't optimize. And when you're not optimizing your money today, you're definitely not planning for tomorrow. Which brings us to mistake number 6. Now, mistake number 6 is not planning for retirement early. Retirement? I'm young, I have time. Now, this is what David taught. He was focused on his career, his social life, and his immediate goals. Retirement felt like a distant concern, for future David to worry about. Future David is now middle-aged and panicking. His retirement account has a frighteningly small amount. He needs at least $1 million to retire comfortably. Now, to catch up, he now needs to save an enormous amount every month until retirement, and that's a crushing financial burden. If David started contributing just a modest amount when he was young, he'd only need to save a fraction of that now to reach his goal. His procrastination is costing him thousands of dollars per month. But it gets worse. When he was young, David was in a lower tax bracket. He could have gotten better tax advantages. His employer offered matching contributions that he ignored. Free money that he left on the table. The mathematics of retirement is unforgiving. Time is your greatest asset, and once it is gone, it's gone. The retirement lifestyle you want is determined by the sacrifices you make today. And speaking of things you can't predict, mistake number 7 is about the curveballs life throws that can destroy even the best laid plans. Now, mistake number 7 is not planning for major life changes. Everything was going perfectly for Michelle. She had a great job, growing savings, solid investment plan, and then her father had a stroke. She needed to help with his care, which meant reducing her work hours, and medical bills started piling up. Her own health suffered from the stress, leading to more medical expenses. And then within a year, Michelle went from building wealth to struggling to pay bills. She planned for normal life, but life isn't normal, okay? It's full of unexpected changes, challenges, and crises. Marriage, divorce, children, illness, job loss, caring for aging parents. These aren't distant possibilities. They are probable realities, okay? Each one comes with massive financial implications. Not planning for major life changes means you're always reacting instead of responding. You're making desperate decisions under pressure instead of thoughtful choices with options. You're always behind instead of being ahead. Now, this is why successful people don't just plan for the life they want. They plan for the life that might happen. Now, so you might be thinking, what should I do instead? Now, here's my blueprint. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking this is overwhelming. Where do I even start from? Here's the truth. You don't need to fix everything at once. You need to focus on the fundamentals that will create the biggest impact. Now, there are 4 pillars that will help you achieve this. The first pillar is to automate your future. Set up automatic transfers to savings and investments before you can spend the money. Pay yourself first and always. Start with whatever you can manage and then increase it gradually over time. Now, pillar number 2 is to master your money flow. Track every dime every month, okay? Create a simple budget, most of your income for needs, some for wants, and then a meaningful portion for savings and maybe debt repayment. Stick to this formula and you'll see the difference. Pillar number 3 is build a safety net. Emergency funds are absolutely critical. Build those first and then invest. Start with whatever you can, and then over time you can build till you have like several months worth of expenses. This will protect you against life surprises. Now, pillar number 4 is to invest in your future self. See, look into your country's pension schemes and contribute the maximum your employer will match. So in Nigeria, consider contributing to your PFA, okay? In South Africa, maximize your retirement annuity contributions, okay, for tax benefits. In Kenya, contribute to your NSSF and consider additional voluntary contributions. For those in the US, max out your employer match. It's free money, okay? And then you can open additional traditional retirement accounts, and then contribute consistently. Also, you want to explore local unit trusts, money market funds and government bonds as solid investment options. Now, focus on these 4 pillars and everything else, becomes manageable. See, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. I want you to imagine something with me. It's decades from now. You're sitting in your dream home, paid off completely. You're looking at your investment accounts and they have grown to an incredible amount, okay? You don't have to work unless you want to. You can travel, spend time with your family, pursue your passions. You can give generously to the causes you care about. This financially free version of you is looking back at this exact moment. They're looking at you right now watching this video and they're silently begging you to make the right choice. Because here's what they know that you might not. This moment right now is the turning point. This is where your financial story changes forever. Every wealthy person you admire started exactly where you are, uncertain and maybe struggling, but willing to learn and act. They didn't have special knowledge or secret advantages. They had something more powerful. They decided to start. But here's the thing about decisions, they expire. The choice to start investing young expires as you get older. The choice to build an emergency fund expires with every day you delay. The choice to change your financial future expires the moment you close this video and go back to your old habits. You have 2 parts in front of you. Part 1 is close this video, tell yourself you'll start tomorrow and continue making the same mistakes millions of people make. And in decades, you'll be sitting across a financial advisor, hearing that you can't afford to retire. Now, the second path is right now, pause this video, open your bank app. Set up one automatic transfer to savings, okay? Open an investment account, download a budgeting app. Take one action, just one, that your future self will thank you for. See, the difference between these 2 parts isn't luck or talent or timing. It's the choice you make in the next few minutes, and your future is counting on you. See, your dreams are counting on you. The person you want to become is counting on you. Don't let them down. Now, if you're worried about the impact AI could have on your job and your finances, then you have to watch this next video where I show you the 6 things to do to protect your job from AI. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.